Everyone, this is Harless58 signing on to give you guys my full review of the Nexus 6P. So as you guys saw in my unboxing video, I've had this device since this past Monday. I believe it was November 5th, I believe. What's today's date? Today's the 8th. So it was the 2nd, November 2nd, I received the device. So I've had it for roughly 6.5 days. Today's Sunday. So I'm ready to give you guys my review. So I'm going to break this down in a couple different aspects. So first we're going to start off with the hardware. So the Nexus 6P is built beautifully. It is a really well built device. All aluminum, all metal body. Not like the previous Nexus 6, which only had the aluminum band around the outside. And then it had like that soft plastic fox leather sort of feel on the back. I really don't know what they called it, but that's what it felt like in the hand. You have these, I really like the power button here. I like that it is of a different texture than the volume rocker. I think that's pretty cool, and I like that. I'm sorry that it's not focusing. I'm recording this on the Galaxy Note 5. But yeah, so I really like the texture. I'm going to see if I can get it to focus for you guys so you guys can see it. And I don't think I'm going to be able to get it. Yeah, sorry, it's not going to focus. But anyways, the texture here on this side is of a different texture than the volume rocker, which is pretty cool. And I like that. Yeah, it feels really good in the hand overall. Very low profile sort of device, the way that it appears. Hump is fine on the back, not a problem at all. I actually like this sort of Star Trek laser beam on the back of here. But I like it. It's pretty cool. The front of it is pretty underwhelming. You have the front-facing speakers, dual front-facing speakers, which is great for consuming any sort of media. It's awesome in terms of that. The front-facing camera is we'll talk about the camera later, but I'm just telling you the overall hardware aspect of the device and its imprint. So yeah, so the front-facing speakers are great. It's on the front side of the device. On the bottom, you have the USB Type-C. Up here, you have the headphone jack if you still use headphones versus Bluetooth. Okay, so overall hardware-wise, I would give this on a scale of 1 to 10. It's about a 10. I usually don't put numbers on things, but it is a really well-built device. The only downside that I would give in terms of this is I'm not going to turn this into a comparison video. I'm going to do a comparison video later of the Galaxy Note 5 and the LG G4 later, so I don't want to compare. But I will say that in the hand it feels a little, not awkward, but not the best feeling device. For some reason it feels either it's like the weight isn't really distributed as well as other devices. Maybe because it's more heavier, it feels a little bit maybe top heavy. It's really hard to describe, but it's definitely not for one-handed use. I mean, I have relatively large hands, and so I barely, I'm able to get one-handed use out of this versus, someone with small hands, they're definitely going to be using two hands. So, I mean, obviously, that going into it if you're going to get the Nexus 6P because it has the 5.7-inch display. So, yeah, you're going to be using two hands. Moving on to the screen. So, the screen itself, let me make sure I don't blow anybody up. It's a pretty vibrant display. It is it's 2560 I believe by 1500, so it's like 500 and something PPI. It's whatever. It's a really nice screen. Okay. I will say that in my personal experience, I don't know, maybe because I've been looking at other screens, I feel like when you turn the brightness down some, it tends to get very warm and sort of pink and red, similar to the way that it did on the Nexus 6. Not as bad as the Nexus 6 because the Nexus 6 was really bad. And this is nowhere near as bad as that, but it is present, at least in my personal use. It doesn't get super bright. It gets pretty dim, doesn't get super bright. But the color reproduction is, it's AMOLED, Super AMOLED display, so the blacks are going to be blacker. The colors are going to be punchier. It's going to be vibrant. It is a pretty good display. I'm not going to say it's the best display only because, like I said, it won't crank up the brightness to like really, really high if you're like in direct sunlight. But that doesn't mean that it's not a good display. It's really good, at least in my personal experience from what I've been seeing. Next up, the battery. So this is a 3550 milliamp hour battery. In my day-to-day use, it's been lasting me all day. And this is pretty big. So, well, at least to me, if you're a person that doesn't, that can't be on the charger, the device runs well with only having to charge it in the morning. Again, I don't want to compare this to other devices, but because this is a USB Type-C device, I don't have a full USB to a full USB to a Type-C plug, like an extended one that I can plug into my car to charge it while I'm traveling. So that means that in the morning, when I get up, which I'll show you guys a screenshot in a little bit I get up at like 5 a.m. and, I do my thing, go work out, whatever the case may be, and I go to work, and then I come back. I cannot charge the device in between. So that means that I need the device to be able to last me the whole day, because I cannot charge it in my car. I really can't charge it at work because I'm moving around all the time, and I can't charge it on the ride back in my car. So that means it needs to last me the whole day, and it does that. So I'm going to show you guys some screenshots that I got. So this is one day. Here you see, I'm waking up at like a little bit before 7 a.m. doing whatever I do. And then this is probably around, I want to say 10 p.m. I think it was when I took this screenshot. Yeah, 9:28 here is when I took the screenshot. And it shows that I still have 5 hours left and 25% battery life. So that's good for me. And, I was using the device throughout the day. It wasn't like, I wasn't like hardcore using the device, because in a normal day when I'm working. I'm not on my phone, checking out Twitter or, doing this, that, and the third. But I was using the device intermittently, whether I was studying, whether I was looking up some information, whether I was looking up some medication, whatever the case may be. So I'll show you guys another. So then here's another one. I think this was the same day. I don't know. Or I think this was the next day. And again, you see I'm waking up at 6 something, take a screenshot. And I was at 15%. And let me see if I can pull up another one. And so this day was a little different. It was a little wonky. Well, but I attribute this because I woke up a little early. I woke up at like 4:30 this day. And so I had to charge it when I got home. I think I got home maybe, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what time it was when I got home, because this shows 9:42 p.m. But I probably got home maybe around 7-ish. And so I put it on charge for a little bit because the battery was pretty low. I think it was at around 20%. And I wanted to go work out. So I put it on charge for 15 minutes. Then I went to go work out, and then I came back home. So yeah, and so as you can see, it charges relatively fast. So that's something else about the battery that's important. If you do need to put it on a charger, the USB Type-C to Type-C plug that it comes with charges the device relatively quickly. I think you can get a full charge in about 90 minutes. In my personal use, I didn't really run any tests where I charged the battery from 0 to 100 because I never really needed to. So, at nighttime, I'd put it on charge, but I'm going to sleep at that point in time. So I really didn't use the fast charging as much, except that one day. So it's because I used the device, or I was out the entire day. I wanted to come home and I wanted to work out and I wanted to listen to music. So I put it on charge for like 15-20 minutes. And so in real world situations, I think that this is where it applies more, not necessarily looking at a graph to see how fast it charges, but know that if you are needing to charge your phone really quickly because you want to utilize the phone to listen to music, or maybe to snap pictures, or maybe to read books, whatever the case may be, you can put it on charge for 15-20 minutes and you'll be fine. Like, you don't need to worry about that, as I was able to demonstrate here. So let's see what's next. So camera, I actually snapped a lot of pictures on this device. I can't really show you most of the pictures that I snapped with the device, but the camera is pretty good. It's not a bad camera at all. The only thing that I don't like about the camera is actually the double tap to open. So for some reason, when I would double tap, let's see if I can reproduce it here. Double tap. Okay, well, it's not going to reproduce here. So I can snap it and it'll be fine. But sometimes when I would, like that, you just now saw it. I rotate the device. It's not doing it now, but on the first one you guys saw, it was like jaggedy and it was like blocky. So I would rotate the device and it would be like only on this half of the screen. So that was kind of, I didn't like that at all, you know. Just turn it off, double tap. See, like that, it would be blocky. And I don't know if that's a software issue. Well, obviously it has to be a software issue, and I'm hoping that they will address that relatively soon. So the double tap to I guess camera unlock or to take pictures, whatever they're calling it, is pretty cool. I like it, and it's similar to what's on the Note 5. That'll be the only time I mention the Note 5. Sorry, but it's kind of like the where everything is moving right now with a lot of the devices. They want users to be able to access their camera a lot faster, and so they have this double tap feature, which I think is awesome, and I really do like it. I just want it to be implemented in a more seamless way, where, you know, it's not all jaggedy. I just want it to be smoother. And again, I attribute that to software, and I'm pretty sure that it'll be fixed in the near future. But because I'm doing a review, and because you guys may be thinking about buying this device, I figured I'd throw that out there. What's next? The fingerprint scanner. Now, the fingerprint scanner is awesome. It's amazing. Just as simple as that. I mean, it's so intuitive, you know, and it's just seamless. You just pick up the device and your finger goes there naturally, and it unlocks. I probably got it to fail maybe 5 to 6 times out of the 6.5 days that I used it, but that's mostly because I was using a case on it. And I will do full case reviews as well later on in another review. But so I'm not attributing that to the actual fingerprint scanner, but it's because the cases that I was using, it's just that the circle is a little bit bigger, and so I had to stick my finger inside that circle in order to get it to turn on. But even still, it's only 5 or 6 times out of 6.5 days, and I was unlocking my device a lot of times. So that's probably a 2% fail rate, if that. Probably like 1.3 something percent. So yeah, so fingerprint scanner is good. USB Type-C. So I figured I'd mention this because right now it's not a deal breaker for me, because like I just explained to you guys, the battery lasts all day for me. So I don't really need to have a cord in order to plug it into my car to charge it. I'll probably still purchase one because, for example, if I would have had a cord that day when I was coming home from work, I could have plugged the phone in the charger and I could have went straight to the gym instead of having to come home and charge it for 10-15 minutes. So I'll probably still get a cord. It's just that because it's newer technology, obviously there's going to be more hurdles to have access to the hardware and the supplies that you need to get. I have not hundreds, but I probably have like 15 or 20 just regular micro USB cables, and I only have one, that USB Type-C, and that little short cord that Google supplied, that the USB Type-C to normal USB, which sucks, but whatever. So I'm going to purchase another one, but I figured that, I'd mention it obviously so then everyone knows this. So you're going to have to get another one if you drive around and you happen to charge your device. I don't know if you're still going to be able to utilize fast charging. I did look it up online, and I saw that only a handful or a number of the chargers of the car chargers will allow you to still have fast charging. I'm not sure if the one that I have will allow it. It's a Aki fast charger. So we'll see. Once I get that in, I will do like maybe a quick 30-second to 1-minute video to let you guys know if that is true and if it works or not. So it's nice to have the USB Type-C because it's reversible. Sorry if this is seeming like a tangent, speaking on this for a while, but I wanted to make sure that I said this part at least. It's cool to have it because it's reversible, but I don't know if maybe it's me, but the cord it's not like it gets stuck, but it's a very hard and snug fitment, okay? So when you try to pull it out, like with a regular micro USB, you pull it out and it's fine, it doesn't take extra strength, I guess I would say. But with the micro USB, actually, let me go ahead and show you guys right now. Okay, and I'm back. So here's the cord here. Really well constructed, durable cord that Google supplies. So kudos to Google for giving us this. So I'm going to go ahead and stick it in here. So you see it fits in there. It's nice and snug, feels good. But then removing it, I don't want to say that like it's not trapped in there, but you have to use a little extra energy to pull it out. It's not a deal breaker or anything, but I'm just letting you guys know it's not going to be as easy. A lot of the times before, when I would, charge any one of my other devices with the micro USB, I would just sort of do like one of these where I would push against the bottom of the device and pull this out. It's not, I can't even do it with this. I probably look retarded on camera doing this, but yeah, I just can't do it with this device. And so I have to hold it in order to pull it out. Again, not a deal breaker, just something that I'm telling you guys about. In like the morning time when you want to pull up the phone, you're lazy, like I am, I guess, when I'm doing something like that. I have to actually hold the device. It's just like a hassle in the morning, and I guess it's a pet peeve. So I'm throwing that out there. All right, so now the last thing that I'm going to get into is software. So this is rocking Marshmallow, and I mean, I'm not gonna, you guys know it's rocking Marshmallow. I don't need to really show that. Obviously, it's an Nexus 6P. And this is gonna sound very weird, but it's probably, at least for me and my personal experience, like the most negative aspect of this device. Like, it's just, I've had like a couple of bugs here and there with the device, whether it's opening up apps, like I said, the software issue with the camera, where it's jagged when I go to open it, or sometimes when I take a picture with the camera. I've taken a picture. Matter of fact, I might be able to pull that up here. So I took a picture with the camera, and it showed in the bottom right hand corner that I took the picture, and it even shows on the device that I took the picture, but the picture won't load. Couldn't load photo. And let me see if I can do this really quickly. I don't want to, again, blow anybody up. So here, this is a picture that I took, and then this is the previous picture that I took. It's blank. Like, it's there, but it won't be, like, it doesn't show up. I can't load it up. And I was kind of pissed because I needed that picture, and then so I went to go send it and it wouldn't load up. So that made me a little upset and irate. And I went to the camera, and when you take a picture with the camera, so here we'll take so in this bottom right hand corner you can see the preview of the previous picture that you took, and it showed up there. But when I clicked it, it said couldn't load photo. So that was kind of pissed me off again. So it's a little pet peeve. I'm not going to, now out of the 6.5 days that I've had the device, that particular incident only happened one time. Incidences with the camera where I go to double tap to take a picture and it's all jagged. See, like that. I don't like that. That you guys just now saw it live. So that has happened. I like it's reproducible. I just showed it to you. It's there. That's happened a lot whenever I'm going to take a picture. Let's see, what other little quirks? It forced closed, or rather restarted on me one time out of the 6.5 days when I was working out. That kind of made me angry because I had my Bluetooth chest strap attached to the device, and I'm working out, and then it forced closed and restarted, and so I lost that data that it was collecting because I used the Under Armour Record app, and I just used the Bluetooth, like I said, the chest strap, and so I lost that data. So I was kind of upset and PO'd at that. It happened one time out of 6.5 days, so I figured I'd let you guys know. And I don't want to scare anybody into thinking, oh shit, I'm not going to get this device, because I still think it's a great device. And not like usually with the Nexus, I would say it's a great device for the price. It's not even like for the price. It's just a great device, period. I would highly recommend this device to anybody that wants to get in a new Android. I don't have a problem with throwing my my decision to buy this or influence behind people getting this device, because it really is good. I just feel like there's some very small quirks in the software that just need to be ironed out. But that's also a good thing, because this is a Nexus, and so that means that it's a Google product, and that means that Google releases, whether it's software security updates or just updates to software in general, they release these updates. So you're getting it straight from Google, and you're going to be the first one to grab it because you have a Nexus device. So I have no reservations in thinking that this device and the little software quirks are going to be ironed out. What I found it interesting. And so, again, Flossie Carter says this all the time, when, you're looking at these review videos, this is a review from me. Just like when you look at other people's reviews, there's going to be reviews from them and their personal experiences. So you should look at a whole bunch of different reviews in order to figure out, is this software issue only something that Harless 58 is seeing, or is this something that MKBHD is also seeing? Like whoever it may be. And at least when I was doing my research, it seemed like that I was the only person that was experiencing this. So I think that it's not a widespread bug, and so because of that, I can probably just do hard reset the device, and I won't have an issue with that again, more than likely. So, but since it happened to me, I am going to let you guys know. So overall, like I said, would I recommend this device? Yes. I'm sorry that this turned into like a 20-minute video. It's a great device. It's really well built. Well built, beautiful hardware. I didn't even go over the internal specs because to me that's not really important. What's more important is